Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And as you can see, we're going to be doing my predictions for the NHL Playoffs in 2017. It's going to be weird watching the playoffs without my favorite team in it, but I guess I'm just going to be rooting for a Canadian team this year because I am Canadian, but no Red Wings this year, so it's going to be tough to watch. But nonetheless, we're going to get into the prediction videos. One thing I want to go over first, I'm going to be doing a prediction video for the NBA playoffs after the NBA season is over Wednesday night. I'm going to be doing a playoff prediction video for that. And I am also going to be doing daily recaps of the NHL playoffs, talking about all the games that happened the night prior. And yeah, lots of videos to look forward to. So let's get right into my predictions for the NHL playoffs. Let's start out with the Western Conference. We got the Blackhawks, the 1 seed against the wild card, Blackhawks Predators. I think this is going to be a competitive series because the Predators are always a team in the playoffs that can give teams a run for their money. But I think the Blackhawks are going to pull it out, and I think the Blackhawks will take this in 5 or 6 games. It could go 7, but I just think the Blackhawks have so much firepower that they're going to be able to take down the Predators. Next, we got Wild Blues. This one, I'm going to go... the Blues are always a team that can never just get it done in the playoffs. And again, I'm going to go this year, the Blues aren't going to be able to pull it out. I think the Wild are going to do it. I'm going to go with the Wild in 6 or 7 games. So we got the Blackhawks versus the Wild in the first semifinal matchup. Next series is the Ducks versus Flames. The 1 seed versus the wild card. Crazy year for the Flames. They've been able to string a lot of wins together, go on a huge win streak. Played some great hockey. I'm actually going to go with the Flames as an upset over the Ducks, just because I think the Flames are, that Cinderella story, and I think they're going to be that team in the playoffs this year to, get the upset in the first round. And the next series, we got the Oilers Sharks. I really want to see this happen. I want the Oilers to win this, and I want to see a Flames-Oilers matchup in the semifinals. And that's what I'm going to predict to happen. I'm going to predict the Oilers to take out the Sharks in 5 or 6 games. I think the Oilers, it's their time. They've been so shit for so long. And, Connor McDavid has just made that team a contender. So I'm actually going to go with the Oilers in that one. So we got Blackhawks Wild, and we got the Flames versus the Oilers. So, Blackhawks Wild. The fucking Blackhawks are just such a powerhouse team, and I do not think the Wild are going to be able to compete with them. It'll be, it'll be competitive, but I think this series could end in 4 or 5 games. The Blackhawks are just so amazing. They're going to be good for another 5 years. So I'm going to go with the Blackhawks coming out and going to the Western Conference Finals. And now Oilers, Flames. This series would just be so awesome to see, the Battle of Alberta. The crowds, and it would just be so awesome to watch. But I would actually have to go with the Oilers just because, home ice advantage, and I just think they're overall a better team than the Flames are. So I'm going to go with the Oilers and the Blackhawks in the Western Conference Finals. And this series, it would be such a fun series to watch. McDavid against Taves, and I just think the Blackhawks again are going to be way too powerful for such a young Oilers team to be able to take down in the Western Conference Finals. So I think the Blackhawks are going to come out of the West and make it to the Stanley Cup Finals. Moving on to the East, we got Canadiens Rangers. Last time these guys met in the playoffs, there's a lot of bad blood with Kreider, injuring Carey Price, but I'm not going to have to go with the Canadiens in this one. Henrik Lundqvist has been so streaky this year. He hasn't been consistent, and I think Carey Price is the best goalie in the world, and he's going to give them the great goaltending to be able to win this series. So I'm going to go Canadiens to take this in 5 or 6 games against the Rangers. Next series, Senators Bruins. I'm going to go with the Bruins to take down the 2 seed as the 3rd seed because I just don't think the Senators are that good. I think the Bruins are more playoff experienced. They have better leadership. So I'm going to go Bruins Canadiens to come out into the first semifinal matchup, which is going to be awesome to see the Bruins Canadiens in the playoffs again. Next, Capitals Maple Leafs. I would really wish I could say that I think the Leafs are going to win this, but I don't think they will. I want them to. I hope I'm wrong. But I just think the Capitals are way too strong and way too powerful. And I don't think the young guns of the Leafs are going to be able to take down Ovechkin, Backstrom, Kuznetsov, TJ Oshie. They got Holtby, one of the best goalies in the world. They got Shattenkirk. just such a stacked team, and I think they're going to come out of this series in 5 or 6 games. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I think that is what's going to happen. Next series, Penguins Blue Jackets. This is probably going to be one of the more competitive series of the first round. These two teams, two of the best teams in the league, but they're playing each other because they're in such a great division, with the Capitals obviously being the 1 seed in that division. But I'm actually going to go with the Blue Jackets to knock out the Penguins. I have my reasons for this. I just think they're going to be a team that's just going to upset, a powerhouse, and I don't think the Penguins are going to be able to take down the Jackets this year. Bobrovsky been playing great all year. He's an MVP candidate. They have just such a deep team. They have the powerful goal scorers like Cam Atkinson and stuff, and they have the leadership. John Tortorella has done a great job with this team, and I think the Blue Jackets are going to take this in 7 games, and they're going to go to play the Capitals. So we got Bruins Canadians, Capitals, and Blue Jackets. So Bruins Canadians. I'm going to go with the Canadiens to take this series in 6 or 7 games. It's going to be a great series to watch. These guys playing each other is always great to watch. Such a rivalry. And I just think the Capitals are going to be, or the Canadiens, are going to be too much for the Bruins to handle. Carey Price, I think he's going to carry them through the playoffs, and he's just one of the best goalies in the world. So I'm going to go with the Canadiens to beat the Bruins in 6 or 7 games. Capitals, Blue Jackets. Again, just like in the West, I don't think there's a team in the Eastern Conference that's going to be able to take down the Washington Capitals. They're just so stacked, and they're won the President's Cup for the 2nd year in a row. They're never really able to get it done in the playoffs, but this year I think is the year of the Capitals. So I'm going to go with the Capitals to beat the Blue Jackets in 5 or 6 games. So, Western Conference Finals, we got the Blackhawks and the Oilers. Actually, never mind, I already said that. In the Stanley Cup Finals, we got the Blackhawks, and to see who they're going to face, it's down between, in the Western Conference Finals, or the Eastern Conference Finals, it's down between the Capitals and the Canadiens. So, this is going to be a very good series, 2 great goaltenders. But again, I think this is the year of the Capitals. I think they're going to be going to the Stanley Cup Finals to play the Chicago Blackhawks. Both 1 seeds. I think they're both just going to coast to the finals. And this is going to be a great finals to watch. Blackhawks, Capitals, and my prediction to win the Stanley Cup is the Washington Capitals. I think, just like I said, it's their year. They got the goaltending, they got the goal scorers, and I just think this is the year Ovechkin's going to win the Stanley Cup. The President's Cup champions or President's Trophy winners for back-to-back years. Best team in the league. And they're just so stacked. They have such a deep roster and great goaltending, and that's what you need to win a Stanley Cup. They got the leadership, and I think that the Blackhawks are not going to be able to handle the Capitals. It's going to be a very powerful, lots of offensive juggernauts and great goaltending, so it's going to be weird to see what's going to happen. Is there going to be a lot of goals? Is there not going to be? But I think that the Washington Capitals are going to win the Stanley Cup. So those are my predictions. Make sure to let me know down in the comment section who you guys think are going to win the Stanley Cup this year. I think it's going to be the Capitals. And like I said before the video started, we're going to have an NBA prediction video for the playoffs on Wednesday. And we're going to be doing also the same day a recap of Wednesday night's NHL playoff action. So lots of shit to look forward to. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.